A warm namaste and a good evening and afternoon and morning to all of you who have joined the webinar. Can you hear me? Can you see the presentation? Can you see me? Can someone type yes in the question and answer panel? Thank you, Abhinav. Right. Great. Thank you so much, Chaminda, Chris, and Sandhya. Thank you so much. Right. Okay. Anupama as well. Thank you so much. So I think we have a good attendance and rightfully so, because the topic, this is the first time actually that in this subcontinent or this part of the world, we are having a topic of introducing Disciplined Agile Foundation. Okay, I think this is the first webinar in the, no, I think they had done it in the US, but it's the first webinar, okay, a formal webinar on Disciplined Agile Foundation. It was launched, okay, in this year, April 29th. And no, we are here to, I became a DAF instructor, and no, ProThoughts has been very, very active on Disciplined Agile. So I'm here to introduce you what is there in Disciplined Agile Foundation, how is it different from the earlier Disciplined Agile, what are the corrections they have done. So I think a lot of good things, and I think we need to update you about what is there in Disciplined Agile, which can be exciting, which you can increase your knowledge about. So here we go on Disciplined Agile Foundation. A little bit about me. Uh, so I have been a very, very prominent evangelist for Disciplined Agile. And now, since it started, ProThoughts was the first to evangelize it in India. Myself, I became the DAC and the DVSC instructor in India. We focused a lot on that. Unfortunately, it was revamped, and now they have two certifications or two assessments, which are called DAF, which was launched right now, and which I'm going to talk. And then they also are going to launch DAL, which is Disciplined Agile Leadership. And both are very pragmatic and have a lot of practical application. Okay, it's less of theory and a lot of practical application, and that's the beauty of Disciplined Agile. So let me uh, get into straight away into that. There are a lot of content I can talk about today. So let's get straight into that. Uh, Before I go, okay, I thought of just warming it up, okay, with some of the questions. So I'm just trying to judge the crowd and just anticipate who are in the audience. Can you please answer it? Okay, first, and then you go to the second question. Okay, I would appreciate if all of you, okay, put your way of working. I can be happy to understand where you guys work. Come on, only 50% have so far answered. At least we should go to 70%. Come on. Okay, there is someone who doesn't know what they are working. It is neither. There's neither a waterfall. I think that's very true. With a lot of people, they are just doing their own way of working, which is neither waterfall, neither hybrid, neither agile. And only, okay, one person has said agile, but in name only, which I don't think is true, because my exposure in the current environment, a lot of people are doing agile, but in name only. So that is good. Okay. But I think the chunk of people are waterfall, okay, and hybrid, okay, which is very good. Okay. Right. Okay. There are 31% who are happy with their current way of working, and there are 54% who want to transform it to agile. Okay. And there are 15% who says it doesn't matter at all. Okay, whatever it is, that is good. Right. Okay. Nice. Thank you so much for answering this. No, appreciate that. I hope you remember Disciplined Agile. Okay. And I think there are some of very familiar names I can see here, but Disciplined Agile was neither a practice, neither a framework, neither a methodology, right? You know what is a practice? Practice is something which has do's and don'ts, okay? So you should do these things, then you should not do this thing. So it acts as a guideline. And when I actually do it on a repeated basis with a proven result, I probably tailoring a little bit of practice that converts into a methodology. So practice with little bit of tailoring becomes on a repeated basis becomes a methodology, right? Disciplined agile is neither of that. Disciplined agile is made up of a lot of practices and methodologies. It is not like a framework that within a boundary you need to put all these things together. It's like a big bouquet of things, like a huge truck of toolbox. I hope everyone remembers. There are a lot of tools like of agile, lean, value stream, and that makes it really beautiful. You're not going to get confined to a single tool or a single way of doing a work. You have different ideas, different practice, because disciplined agile is fundamentally based on a principle saying that every team is unique, every team is different, even in the same organization. Every situation is different. You need different ways of working within each other's team. So you don't have a single way of working. Okay, it applies to a lot of teams. Okay, not only your team but interdependencies, cross functional teams, okay, which your team is dependent on other teams, okay, across the value stream. Value stream is the flow of work which happens from the time the customer requests and the customer receives the entire product or something. That whole stream is called the value stream. And then your enterprise, which has all the supporting functions like HR, procurement, legal, marketing, sales, a lot of things. All these practices or these tools, okay, which is disciplined agile, caters to a whole lot of people. In fact, the entire organization. So that is this big chunk of box, which is called the toolbox. And the tools come from huge number of practices. In fact, okay, if you are aware, the number of practices in Agile multiplies every day. Today, the popular practices are more than 200. It's not only Agile or Scrum or Kanban or SAFe. There are more, high number of practices where many organizations using different practices. Like Spotify changes their way of working every 6 months, right? Disciplined Agile is also a dynamic database. They also update a lot of things, a lot of tools, practices on a regular basis. So it is like a complete box, right? So disciplined agile, okay, is a big knowledge base, and that knowledge base is divided into two big items. One is the microsite, which I will show you, and one is the browser, right? The microsite, okay, contains the what is the big picture, what are the mindset, the views of disciplined agile, the principles, what are the different resources. So you want to read about what is something about disciplined agile that is possible in a microsite. And the browser actually is like a toolbox which will have the practices and that will help you to choose a particular option to try and improve or solve your current problem. So the DA browser actually tells us different practices, different options that you can work on in your regular day-to-day work. Okay, both together is the knowledge base. I'm just kind of brushing your knowledge on disciplined agile if you have forgotten it, or if you are like new to disciplined agile. Okay, there is a lot of information on disciplined agile. So we were, there are a lot of people who did disciplined agile, and when we did the trainings, we received a lot of positive feedback on the tool. In fact, personally, I find the elite certification which are going to come in DAL, Disciplined Agile Leadership, quite awesome. Okay, the content was quite awesome. I had done a lot of certifications. I'm not trying to sell it here, but the content was really, really great. And they are, and what they have done in this is that whatever the challenges, okay, earlier in the earlier tool were there, okay, they have tried to overcome that challenges so that people will use disciplined agile in their workplace. And that's something like a wow. So what was the disciplined agile challenges earlier? Okay, so people said wow after the training was over, but they could not implement it effectively in the workplace. Right? So many people took the training, said, oh, this would be really great if I can do it in my workplace. But many people could not implement in the workplace. And there were these challenges. Okay. One of the DA's greatest challenges, like some people say that, okay, oh, it looks familiar, but I'm not too sure whether it will work for me or not. Okay, but there are a lot of choices. It's pretty overwhelming. Okay, what I should do, where to start, I don't know. Okay, no, there are too many things to work on. There are 200 practices with 200 options. Where to start? I'm confused. Okay, what to do now? Okay, can I focus not on so many choices? Can I focus on little bit things, because I am very new to agile? I just did waterfall. I don't know how to do that. Okay, so this were some of the challenges. Can somebody guide me? This were some of the challenges with the earlier disciplined agile. Okay, you don't know where to go. Okay, because the knowledge base was huge. Okay, so you don't know what to do. It's not a framework. Like in a framework or a prescription based methodology like Scrum. Okay, why Scrum is very easy to follow? Because it's like a prescription based. You are given that you need to follow 5 ceremonies. In the morning you need to do this, while leaving you need to do this, you need to, it's very easy to do that, right? Like a doctor says that you don't have to use your own brain. Some purists say that if you use your own brain, we are not responsible for the any disorientation in the way you work. Some purists say that. I would agree. Agile is about, okay, mindset. Okay, agile is about, okay, the way you think. Agile is about how sooner you can deliver the right value to the customer that will save time, and the customer consumes the value and pay you the money. Agile is that. Okay, agile is not Scrum. Scrum is an enabler to achieve agility. Okay, Scrum or agile has roots in lean. We are trying to achieve a better revenue in a quicker time. We're delivering the thing sooner. Okay, so agile is not about performance. Agile is about correctness. Okay, it's about learning methodology. I do it right till I get it right, and therefore I will have a higher chance of consumption for which the customer will pay me the money. Right? So, okay, this, if it's a framework, becomes easy to use as a team. Okay, and then you don't know where to start. Okay, So people had this kind of issues. Okay. And one of the greatest challenges was that it was pretty overwhelming. Disciplined Agile has a lot of options. In fact, it has 1,860 options if I count it all together. And that makes the team pretty much over. They don't know where to start. Is it the right choice? I don't know how to get there. Okay. And this feels like, am I doing it right? If I not do it right, I may fall. Okay. So this were some of the challenges of disciplined agile. While the knowledge base and the knowledge was good, it became quite overwhelming. So one of the big asks after people did their training and a feedback to PMI was, can you give me a starting route or a starting point? Like if I am to travel from Mumbai to Delhi, there can be different ways to travel depending on what I want to do. I can travel like different routes, right? I may not travel by the shortest route. I may take a different route depending on my needs. What is my starting point? Why I should choose that is something they had tried to elaborate in the new Disciplined Agile Foundation. Okay. So let me put a little focus on why PMI went into a reorg mode for Disciplined Agile. Okay. So let me give you what I understand by talking with some people and what is my understanding of the market. Okay. So PMI is trying to reposition Disciplined Agile. Disciplined Agile will work when all the team members apply it and use it. Okay. So Disciplined Agile is now getting repositioned for the teams. Okay. So the teams can use it. Okay. Apply it. Okay. With a 1 day of training and solve whatever problems they have in a quicker time and become more effective in a quicker time. So you will see the outcomes and results in a much quicker time by applying disciplined agile. Whereas if you want to do a new agile method or something or new thing to be effective, it takes a long time. It requires a lot of brain power, a strategy, a new team. Nothing is needed. It's like a very simple plug-in and get the things done quickly with little investment, and you get the results sooner than later. I think that's the beauty of the new DAF or Disciplined Agile Foundation, right? So I'm kind of repositioning the DAF. If you see the PMI strategy, okay, this is their individual certification, and they want to cover the entire spectrum of how a project manager progress through his formative years. Okay, and they want everyone that his growth in terms of knowledge or skill. Okay, certifications training is adding the skill, right? Enhancing your skill can develop your competency. So this is to enhance your skill as you grow on the route of project manager. That's how it is done. Now, these are all individual certifications. Nothing is targeted towards a corporate that you can use. Okay, this is individual skill level. So I think disciplined agile is positioned more on the corporate. With at the team level, for teams to implement this DF at the organization level, you will have the disciplined agile leadership where you want to build transformation or reduce the waste in organization. You will have the disciplined agile leadership. They are also acquired Agile Alliance. Okay, that is for the micro learnings and continuous learning. So this is how I think PMI is positioning them. So I put it very simple. Okay, that's what they will do. So for the retail, okay, the individual certifications in Agile, there will be ACP, the organization. On the corporate, there will be DAF and the DAL. Okay, you can keep on asking me questions as well. Okay, that is absolutely okay. But no, I have some 15 minutes at the end of answering questions as well. I will try to answer as much I can through my knowledge. If I cannot, I will definitely get back to some people I know in PMI who are a part of the product team in Disciplined Agile. Right. Okay. So let's introduce DAF, okay, or the Disciplined Agile Foundation. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. And I have put some tagline easily and immediately. Right. Suresh Kumar, the DASSM is currently out of reckoning. Okay. So they have revamped all the 4 certifications of discipline, erstwhile disciplined agile into 2 new things. Okay, which are DAF and DAL. So the DASSM is something which is all these 4 certifications are now combined into 2 certifications, and the idea is to use this in your day-to-day work. Okay, immediately and become more effective as a team and as an organization. You get the dividends of your investment right through where you are. Okay. So the whole idea of DAF, okay, or disciplined agile for that matter, is to teach you how to fish. Okay. It is teach you how to fish. They are not giving you the fish on the platter. Is to teach you know how to fish so that you can do the fishing and get the fish or your results every day, right? So that's the beauty of the course. The course objectives are very simple. Okay, we are going to explain the knowledge base, the browser and microsite on how to use it. More importantly, how to do start using, and there are different quick start methods, how to start using disciplined agile for your teams, and how to produce value by solving your current problems. They have a template, okay, which introduces a bunch of problems which are very regular in use in the current environment. Like there are delays in delivering value to the customer. That delays can be because planning takes longer time, or you don't have the right resources, or there is a lot of wait time at something. Whatever is the problem, they have found out the problem, and for the problem, they have decided and suggested some kind of quick starts and options and practices that you can use, apply and apply, use and deliver results immediately. So I think that's the beauty of the thing. Okay. For that, they are using the Miro board with canvas and templates. So they are giving you ready-made templates that you can actually superimpose. Okay, I think you will not understand right now, but they have given you different scenarios, given whether which life cycle you're using. So they have put a lot of spectrum of way of working, right from the waterfall and to the agile. They have in between some 3 hybrids, 2 agile methods, 1 waterfall, and how to transition from waterfall to agile, whatever is your context, how to actually apply different practices. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Okay, it is a pretty engaging kind of a workshop with you people doing on the spot whatever is the problem and how you are going to apply it. On the spot, you will learn. Next day, you will start implementing. So this is going to be a really useful tool along with the knowledge base. So it is something like a tool which you carry to your office, your workplace, start implementing, see the results instantly, immediately. Okay. These are the different modules. They have put a case study, okay, which is like they call it a big bang case study with different scenarios, be it a maintenance, be it a digital innovation team, be it a development team, lot of scenarios that they have said, and they you will actually apply that in the workshop of one day. So this is pretty exciting. I loved the content, and they have given practical application scenarios that you can use the very next day. Okay. This is what I was talking about. Okay. Predictive is your waterfall methodology, plan driven approach. But if you want to go to agile, okay, it's not easy to jump from a predictive to agile. You need to cross certain things along the way, and it's a journey. So they have handholded you on how you can do the transformation across from predictive to agile, handholding you. And even in agile there are two life cycles or ways of working they have put, and for each scenario they have recommended some practices depending on certain context of things. So they have literally spoon fed you, which was missing earlier. Earlier, the team had to think about that. This time, no, PMI has, through this canvas and scenarios, acted like a coach. Maybe you will require a coach maybe for a month or so, depending on the team and the maturity of the team. But I think you will be going very confidently now on the way of journey to become more agile, and that can save you a lot of money, right? So this is something which is very, very interesting. So I'm just introducing you in the webinar and creating a curiosity. I'm not explaining you in detail on what needs to be done and what is there. But the idea is that they have actually accumulated a lot of these problems. No, if I can blow up, I could have shown you. But they have done a lot of these problems that you find in the traditional practice, hybrid agile practices. What are the problems do you find in day to day, how to solve that problems. So they are given a Miro board. This is a Miro board to solve that problem. Okay, and you can actually use that in your day to day work. Okay, so okay, the resources the DAF is using is this canvas. Okay, uh, maybe I will do another uh, no, another kind of a webinar to only use this discipline agile team canvas, which will actually help you how you can use the different templates which are in this. This is in the Miro board that you can actually superimpose and solve many problem and choose practices which can help team to improve their way of working. So this is what is your team canvas. The other resource is your microsite, and the third resource is your knowledge base, which is a browser. So these are your three resources that you use in your day-to-day work. Okay, so this is what you will actually use in the DAF, right? So the DAF uses the Disciplined Agile Foundation uses the microsite, and microsite. Okay, I will try to show you that. Okay, so there is a powerful search here button where you can search a lot of things, and you have this top level menu. Okay, which will help you to navigate on what you want to look for. Okay, so I just want to switch, okay, to the microsite now. So if you see, these are the different things that the microsite has, a lot of things that you should actually visit. And there are like resources and DA resources that you have, a lot of information that you have. Okay. And these are your popular searches, right? Suppose you want to see, okay, what is the guided continuous improvement. So these are some of your information blocks that you can get through the microsite, that you can read as you want. Okay. And this is excellent information that you can have. If you're a member, you can actually have a lot of more details to read. Okay. There are some details for free, some details for this. So these are your some of the things that are provided in the microsite. Right. So there's a lot of information on disciplined agile, which is provided on the microsite. And let me go through the other part, which is your browser, the DA browser. Earlier, the DA browser was not electronic. There was a choose your wow book. Now they have made it like a electronic browser. So that electronic browser now, okay, if I had to show you the demo of that, let me just open up. So this is your browser, okay? And you have all the process goals. If someone knows about the process goals, this is how you can actually form a team. So they have given, okay, some kind of like you want to do with how to finalize a scope. So they have given a lot of decision points they want. So if you want to see quality requirements, okay, how to define quality requirements, so they have given a lot of data on the quality requirements. And then you can go into acceptance criteria is one of the options for quality requirement. They have given it in the pane below. Okay, what is acceptance criteria? What are the positives and negatives of having acceptance criteria? So every option like this, okay, will have trade-offs, positives as well as negative. You as a team need to choose that. If you want to read more about that, there is additional information that you can go and read about what else you can do on acceptance criteria, what you can read. So these are lot of information on the browser that you can have. Okay. So how to coordinate activity. This is one of the popular process goal to reduce dependencies. Okay, so these are like really how to conduct a program. So they have given a lot of options. Okay, they have given a lot of information everywhere. So this is going to be really nice. Okay, there are a lot of languages, okay, that they have translated into. You can also export the diagrams, which you can work with different stakeholders. So this browser is really nice. You can also search for your own practice or method, right? Suppose I want to search for Scrum. Okay, it gives me a lot of Scrum related information that you can search and figure out. So it's a complete great knowledge base that you can explore so that you can use it in your day-to-day work. Now, therefore, this was very overwhelming. They're given how to use the knowledge base, how to solve your current problem, where to start is all done in the DAF or Disciplined Agile Foundation. Okay. If you have any questions, I'm just touching the surface just for the introduction. Okay. Depending on your questions, maybe I can elaborate that a little better or little more. Okay, this is my first tryst with Disciplined Agile Foundation. It is looking very nice. It actually gives you practical application as well, what you can do, how you can solve problems the very next day after doing the training. And that is, according to me, a complete wow. Right? Okay. This is our Disciplined Agile certification group, okay, LinkedIn group. I would encourage all of you to join this group. You will get regular updates on Disciplined Agile and Disciplined Agile Foundation. Okay, I want to open it for question and answers. I thought I will try to finish by 8:40 and have more time for questions and answers. So that was the whole idea. So please, let me know your questions and answers. Questions, and I will try to answer your things. Come on, put it in the panel, okay? Whatever your questions are, and I will be happy to answer that. I will also put the Disciplined Agile. Sorry about that. I'm just putting the link, LinkedIn group link, okay, on the chat box as someone requested, so that you can join that group. Okay, I put it on the chat. Okay, if anyone would be interested, please join that group and you will get regular updates on Disciplined Agile. Okay, any questions about anything related to Disciplined Agile or Disciplined Agile Foundation? So anyone knows Disciplined Agile and anyone has done the training earlier, I could see a few of you, okay, they can appreciate, okay, what had changed in the new Disciplined Agile Foundation. Earlier, the Disciplined Agile was having, okay, what was included in the microsite, okay, what is Disciplined Agile, what is this ways of working, how you need to choose your way of working. So all this was now in the microsite, and they are given a reading on that. But how to use it in your day-to-day work and how you can be more effective is now covered in the DAF. So DAF is a working workshop that you can use the knowledge and apply it in your day-to-day work. And all the information of the DASM or even the DASSM is tried to include in the, okay, microsite. That's what they are trying to do. Right? So that is very, very interesting. Okay, I am now getting some questions. Okay. Subhash, hi Subhash. DASSM is valid going forward, or do we need to write another exam? Okay, super question. Okay, I think I got this since I announced the webinar. This is the fourth person who is asking this. Okay, so let me clarify this. DASSM as a certification is discontinued by PMI, right? Because one of the things they are repositioning Disciplined Agile more towards the corporate to be more applicable, practical, where we can use it. So the individual retail certification has been discontinued. Whoever has taken the training, they have time till November 2025 to take the exam and clear that. The certification, like I have a DASSM certification, that certification will remain with you, okay, till further time, and you need to renew it, okay, on yearly basis to retain that certification if anyone is interested in that. I hope, Subhash, that answers your question. Okay, now Chaminda is asking, if you have an existing certification, is there an easy way to get DAF? For example, I have DAC. Should I start from the beginning? Yeah, so what they're saying is that the DAF and the DAC are not really certifications. Okay, they are mostly a knowledge that you will have to apply it. So you will get a certificate from the training partner like us that you have attended the workshop and you are assessed. So there is no exam on the DAF and the DAL, as per my knowledge. Okay. So if you have done the DAC, okay, this, whoever has done any certification of Disciplined Agile, this tells you how to practically use it in your, okay, day-to-day environment. For example, Chaminda, if you have done the DAC, you are like a coach, but how to use Disciplined Agile in different scenarios for your teams, or no, as you work as a consultant perhaps, or as a coach, you can use the DAF knowledge to apply it and help teams to apply it in their day-to-day work. So this DAC knowledge will help you. And for the DAC people and the DVSC who have done that, there is coming a DAL, and that is going to come in August or October, I guess. That will talk at how at the enterprise level you need to actually streamline your flow, okay, and know how to help, basically how to do agile transformations. So what is needed at that level. So this is more to work at the leadership level at the enterprise, and DAF is to work with the teams to help them improve their way of working. So that's the positioning. Anupama, I think I answered your question. Will my DSSM certification change next year? The DAASM certification will remain. PMI is not discontinuing or not recognizing. That's not correct. PMI is still recognizing the DAASM certifications, but they are not going to conduct any further exams on DAASM. So if you are interested in retaining the certification, I repeat, you can renew your certifications, okay, no, for DAASM. For renewals, you can contact us. We'll be happy to help you. Okay. Hi, Karthik. What happens to our DASM and DAASM? Do we need to take an exam for DAF certification? You do not need to take an exam for DAF certification. Okay. Like I said, the DASM and DAASM certifications, PMI is still recognizing it. You need to renew that. Okay. What will happen to those who are already certified in DA certificate? Do they need to do the new DF or DL? I think that's something I answered, right? They need the DAF is about how to, you got the knowledge, but no, the problem which PMI understood was people are not applying it in their companies. So DAF and DL is to apply and make it more effective, make proper use of that. Okay, and they're modified and gave you some handy templates or Miro boards and how to use different scenarios. What are the consistent problems for this problem? What can be the starting practice that you can use? How to choose the practice? If you are doing waterfall, how to move to hybrid one, how to move to hybrid two. They're given a practical way of doing these things. So this is going to be helpful there. So they're trying to make the usage of disciplined agile in the workplace no more effective by doing DAF and DL. Okay. So Anupama, DAASM certification exam doesn't continue. The certificate is valid only till November 25. But if you have an existing DAASM certification, you can renew it. That's what I meant. Yashil, hi. Is DA worthwhile to do in construction industry? Absolutely yes. There is a myth that construction people only do traditional or waterfall, and agile is equal to scrum and in short iterations, and therefore agile does not apply in construction industry is probably a wrong statement. Okay, agile is a mindset, is a way of working. To enable agile and agility, you need to have short cycles. Whether I can use the short cycles in the construction industry, it depends on the what work you are doing in the construction industry. Okay, you can apply disciplined agile. Disciplined agile also takes care of the predictive approach, not only agile approach. I hope I answer your question. Hadi, we will the workshops or DAF on a yearly basis or one time is enough? Yeah, this is one time. We will be doing on regular basis, but who are attending there one time is enough because they can get all the material, and you should actually, ideally, you should have your teams to come together to do that. Joby, irrespective of the DASSM certification is expired or not expired, I recommend doing DAF, okay, so that you can use it for your teams. Okay. Hadi is saying, is it correct to say that the content remain the same, only DAF and DL is more how to apply DA? Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. The idea is how to apply it. Yes. Yes. How to apply that. The content, disciplined agile, the content, the knowledge base keeps on evolving, but it's more or less the same. It keeps on evolving. The DAF tells you how to apply it in a regular day-to-day work. Absolutely. PMI is still recognizing all the certifications like DAVSC, DASC, DASSM, and the DASSM. But the exams on that will be discontinued. Okay. I hope I'm making some sense. Okay. PMI, okay, I'm trying to get more information. I'll keep on updating on the Disciplined Agile LinkedIn group, okay, so that everyone can do that. Okay. We will be going to corporates to help them use Disciplined Agile along with PMI and PMI India. So that's what will be the approach. And I see that has a lot of potential to do. Okay. Any other questions? Anyone? Okay. Okay. I will launch the poll. One sec. Right. So, guys, thank you so much for attending this webinar. I think you got some valuable information. Uh, I wanted to give you that because as soon as we had it and make sense out of this, we are still collecting information, and you should follow us on LinkedIn or on the no, LinkedIn is major, Facebook is not, very rarely, to actually see updates on Disciplined Agile or DAF and DL. I'm very excited about the DAF and DL, and this will help you to use your knowledge for your teams and make good use of that as a consultant or as a coach or as a value stream consultant or as a coach. Right? So thank you so much, everyone. I hope it was good for you. You will get one PDU for attending the webinar, and okay, have a good day. Thank you so much. Om Namaste from my side. Bye. See ya.